Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing Stampin' Up! Products. I share projects weekly on my website, YouTube, and Facebook. I sell the products used in the projects, as well as a few additional products to help crafters stay organized. You'll find the detailed directions for this project on my website, bevadams.com, so you don't need to worry about taking notes. This is a very cute little mini coffee cup, and inside I have a K-cup. Sometimes Starbucks has little mini gift cards that you could put inside as well. The project uses Coffee Cafe and the coordinating coffee cups framelets and crackle paint background stamp. My ink is Garden Green and Early Espresso. I have a piece of crumb cake that's 2.5 by 11, and I have scored it at 3/4, 3.5, 4, and 6.5. And then this piece is about 3 by 7.5. You can get cups similar to these if you search Amazon for mini disposable coffee cups and lids, 4 ounces, and I will put the link on my website as well. You're going to sacrifice 1 cup to cut up for your template, and I actually drew a line way up into the lid so that when I cut it, I was actually cutting that much. And you want to go all the way down to the bottom. Just cut out the bottom piece altogether, and you can get this kind of curved shape. You also want to peel away this so that you're separating the seam, or add an extra 1/4 of an inch if you don't do that. So once you have your template, you're just going to trace it, and I'm going all the way to the edge right now. You're just going to trace that template on your cardstock. I apologize if there's extra noise. It appears to be gardening day next door, and we've also got a lot of extra airplane activity at the naval base nearby. So we're just going to cut out right on that line. It's probably a good idea to give yourself a little bit extra. It's easier to cut off if you don't need it. And because I'm cutting just inside the line a little bit, I won't need to erase those lines, I don't think. Save this piece because we'll use it here. We're going to stamp Life Happens, Coffee Helps near the top. Not right at the top, but near the top. And that's in Garden Green. And then with Early Espresso, we're going to stamp those 3 coffee beans all over the coffee cup. You do want to keep turning this, and you can stamp them very close together or farther apart, up to you. And I'm not getting perfect images here. I think I get nervous when the gardeners are out there and worrying about whether it's too loud. I find it very distracting. I hope it's not too distracting for you. So I've got my coffee wrapper, and I'm going to set that aside. And this is actually step 5 on my directions. I skipped around a little bit, sorry. I'm going to fold and crease all the score lines on my other piece of crumb cake. And then I'm going to punch a hole, so it's going to go like this. So I'm going to want a hole in this section here, and I want to be able to center that. So I have a literal scrap of another color, and I'm punching this with a 2-inch hole punch, and I'm going to just adhere this to the middle, and that just kind of helps me center it, so then I can punch right over it. And I don't need to worry about whether the adhesive sticks, because that's okay. But we are going to use this piece, and we're just going to stamp some more coffee beans on top here. Oh. I'm going to stamp this big background stamp, and you can actually leave the stamp in your stamp case and set this on a flat table, or you can use the great big F block for it. But I'm going to use the Stamparatus. I'm just using a piece of magnet sheet, and hopefully this isn't too curled, and just set my plate in. So I'm just going to set it down in the corner and pick up the stamp. I find it is nice to have either a stamp case or an extra stamp pad underneath just to support that. Ink that up. I should have a piece of our grid paper here. I don't see any handy. We have grid paper that's cut just for the Stamparatus. And I am going to want to stamp this side for sure, and maybe this side, but notice that these are on opposite sections. So I'm going to start here. I also want to stamp this side, at least these two sections. So I'll ink up again. I apologize for that, Gardner. There we go. And then the last thing we need to do is stamp Thanks a Latte. Now, if you don't already have the die, don't buy the die set just for this one single project. You can cut that out by hand, but there is a die that I'm going to use. Just this round die. We do have dies with this set for the coffee cup and for a little tea bag. This is one of those cup holders, and if you're making a frappuccino, you've got it all here in a straw. Really a fun set. So I brought in my Big Shot with the thin die adapter, and I'm just going to cut out that little oval. So I'm going to just add some tear and tape to this little back section. It's most important to put the tear and tape next to that fold. And then set this at the very bottom. We're going to use little mini glue dots for around this stamped circle. And we're going to put that on the coffee cup lid. And this fits perfect for these lids. Hopefully yours will fit just the same. I need enough of this classic 3/8 inch classic weave ribbon to wrap around. Don't really need any extra. And I want to pull out my wraparound. I'm putting tear and tape on both ends of this, and you can see my oopsie. Sorry about that, but it will be on the inside. Shh, don't tell anybody. When you go to put it on the coffee cup, go to the seam and put it right at the seam and push it all the way up. And as you work your way around, keep pushing up so that the edge is right under your lip of your coffee there. And be sure it's tucked up here. And I got a perfect fit, yay! If yours doesn't fit quite right, you can always trim that down right there. Go ahead and put your K-cup in there. Pop on the lid. If you decided not to use the mini coffee cups, you could do the same project with actually directly to a K-cup. I don't think we have a punch that is the right size, but our layering circles, I think it was the number 6 smooth that would cut a circle. I think it was a pretty tight fit, but it will work to be up about 3/4 of an inch. And then the number 5 smooth circle would fit for the lid. You could actually sacrifice one of the K-cups as well for your template. So I'm going to put some adhesive there. And just wrap it around. And then just put some dimensionals on the back of this element. Since it's going to be attaching to ribbon, I am using 2 dimensionals, even though it's small enough to get away with 1. I'm thinking you could also put a gift card right back there underneath the ribbon. That would look very nice too. So that's it. Thanks a latte. Here's the web address for this project, and you'll find the free PDF with detailed directions. You'll find links for the products I used. Just click the links and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! I also have some shopping tips, and I offer frequent shopper rewards. You'll find lots of resources on my website, like catalog tabs, labels and case inserts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, cutting plans for cards and layers, a basic toolkit, and lots more ideas for cards and more. I have a few products I sell to help you stay organized. I share my Evernote notebook for a nominal contribution. It functions as a fully searchable catalog. I sell a paper sampler with every Stampin' Up! Cardstock color, taggers to help you identify those dies with lots of similar shapes, and heavy-duty bags to store 12x12 and 6x6 paper. And you can order my friend's Bow Maker. More organization means more time for crafting. Come stamp with me here in Ventura County, California, or get the best deal of all and join my team of crafters. The team is called SIP Together, and it stands for Stamps, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or grow a business like mine. Be sure to subscribe to my website and my YouTube channel. I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you for joining me. Talk to you soon. Bye.